y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. I am today going to provide an update on my first chemo treatment. I posted a video, actually, probably about 2 weeks ago, about being diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer, early stage triple negative breast cancer. So I decided I wanted to vlog my journey and take you guys with me to provide knowledge for someone that may need it, or just to for you guys to be with me through this. So I'm going to kind of let you know what's happened since my initial um, visit to the oncologist. So after I met with the oncologist and they told me the plan that I was going to have, which is 24 weeks of chemotherapy, 12 weeks at once a week, and 12 more weeks at once every 3 weeks. Lost my train of thought for a second. So, the once every 3 weeks will end up being 4 sessions. It's over a period of approximately 3 months. The whole thing is about 6 months, which, of course, I thought that was extremely excessive. But in my studies and looking up things, it's not. So because it's the triple negative, that's not one that they have chemo treatment specifically for. So that one's a little more difficult to deal with. Other than I think the other one is called estrogen driven, or the HER2. So it's a different one. Of course, leave it to me to have something altogether different. But I actually read that it's very prominent in Black women. So um, if I can help anyone coming behind me and just some of the things to expect, um, then, I'll be happy about me vlogging this journey. That was kind of the scariest part for me, is just not knowing what to expect, what it's going to do to my body, how my body's going to react to it, because I'm 70 years old. So um your body doesn't have all the things to fight off like it does when you're younger. So I'm hoping that it's not too terribly bad, but we're gonna take it one day at a time. So getting right into the update, I was scheduled to take my first chemotherapy session August 19th. And I went in, had my blood tests. They do your blood test every time you go, just to make sure that your body is up to par for the treatment. So I went in, did my blood tests, got the it's either the pre-treatment or the preventative treatment that they call it, so that you don't have reactions. They give you Benadryl, they give you a steroid, and they give you something for nausea. So you take those intravenously and you wait 30 minutes, and then they start the treatment. So Keytruda is a part of my treatment. So I get Keytruda once every 3 weeks. At this time, I didn't know it was every 3 weeks, but anyway, I get Keytruda once every 3 weeks, and then I get the other two chemo treatments every week. So went through the pre-treatment, got through the Keytruda. When we got to the first bag of chemotherapy, um, I I had an allergic reaction to, I think it was called Taxol. So, in hindsight, reading about it and listening to people who are on it or talking about it. I'm kind of glad I couldn't take it because it seems to have quite a few side effects. I'm sure all of them have side effects, but this one had, quite a bit. And so, anyway, they had to stop and scrap that and come up with another plan. Luckily, they have come up with another plan for me, but the Taxol did not work for me. So I left there. I had an appointment, to come back the following Tuesday. I go every Tuesday. So the Monday before the next treatment, um, I was scheduled to have a portacath installed. And a portacath is something they put under your skin. I don't want it's under here. They put it under your skin so that they don't have to go through your arm with the IV for all those treatments because those veins are kind of small or what have you, and a lot of people have problems, and then their veins. I guess they say they blow your vein or whatever, but and I got a kind of um, wake up call on how that would have been. You see that right there? That was the first IV that they had in me. And when they took it out, that bruise has been black, blue, purple ever since. So I don't know if it's because I'm on the treatment that it lasts so long, but you know, as you can see, it's still there and it's still a pretty ugly mark. So I had the port installed Monday, I think it was the 24th. Um, and My husband and I, we had to be there at 5:30 in the morning for a 7:30 surgery. Came home that day and pretty much slept most of the day. So the following day was, then that Tuesday for the chemo treatment, which should have been second one, ended up being the first. So they gave me the medication that they had replaced the Taxol with, and everything went off. I was able to take all of it. The Keytruda I didn't have to take because, like I said, that's every 3 weeks. So I took the pre-treatment, then I took the one bag of whatever they replaced it with. I can't think of the name of it right now, and then the second bag, and I was okay. That day, I felt fine. This next day, I felt pretty good. Like, okay. That next day after that, so that was a Tuesday. Wednesday, I was okay. That Thursday, I was doing something and I just got a bout of fatigue, just like hit me like a ton of bricks. So I'm like, whoa. So I had to sit down and chill out for a little while. And it only lasted about 15 or 20 minutes. Uh, so the rest of the day was not that bad. The day after that, Friday, I was just fatigued almost the whole day. I just didn't want to do anything. Tired. So um, I had also started feeling some discomfort in my chest and back area, just like a nagging. It's not a pain, but almost like when you have cold in your chest. That's how it felt. So um, when they put the portacath in, they saw a little bit of pneumonia. And I guess by them saying that, maybe saw some fluid down there because pneumonia is basically fluid on your lungs. If you don't know that, you probably do, but if you don't. So when I start feeling this discomfort, that was the first thing I thought about. It was like, oh shoot, now I've got pneumonia. So I didn't do anything that day, but what was it, Saturday night? I think Saturday night, um, I told my husband, I think I want to go to the emergency room just to make sure I don't have it because the last thing I want to do is go Tuesday. They tell me I have pneumonia, put me in the hospital, and I'm starting at square one. I need this to move forward. So we left to go to the emergency room. The first one we went to near my home is kind of almost like a county hospital. I don't know if that's what it is or not, but we went in there. It was packed. It was chaotic. The guard was trying to tell people to go here and there. Some lady standing there with her IV stand in her hand and asking questions. And I'm like, uh, can't do this. I can't do this. So I told my husband, we have to go to another one. And the one that I go to get my treatment at is about an hour away. I didn't really want to go that far. So anyway, long story short, we did find a different hospital to go to. Went there. They got me in, had my EKG, x-rays within the hour, and then, I had to get a bed and get a CAT scan, the whole 9 yards, because not only were they ruling out the pneumonia, they were ruling out blood clots. So, stayed there. We went about 8. I think about 1 o'clock, I found out that, I didn't have pneumonia or a blood clot. So, I guess they have to give you some kind of diagnosis. So his diagnosis was basically you have a foreign object under your skin and your body's just, reacting to or trying to get adjusted to the port that they put under my skin. I was like, okay, but I think not, because I remembered that I actually had this discomfort prior to me even starting any of my treatment. So I'm pretty sure, and I asked when I went for my last treatment, could this be the tumor that's bothering me? Because it's actually been here for a couple of months if I think about it, and I just didn't relate it to what I'm going through now. So they said it could be that, or it could be leaning up against something. That's what it almost feels like, something is leaning up against a nerve or something. So, anyway, now that I know it's not pneumonia, it's not blood clots, I can deal with it. I could deal with some discomfort. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing, um, life threatening or anything. So, once I found that out, I was good. So, I've been just kind of dealing with it. Um, Today is Sunday, and it's actually kind of been my best day. I actually cooked something and I, washed dishes, did some things around the house, which I really haven't had a chance to do since I first had that treatment on Tuesday. So that felt good today to be able to kind of get up and about, not going too many places, but just, up and about in the house to get myself used to this new normal that I'm going to have for 24 weeks. So, did good today, but of course, it's what, 2 days before I do another one. And who knows if the second one's going to be better or not. I'm hoping so, but, staying positive, taking it one day at a time. But basically, that's the update of, how my first chemotherapy treatment went. And what I'm going to try and do is put a picture somewhere up here to kind of show you the environment that you're in when you're doing the chemo. It's a large room. It's a lot of people in there, and it's like recliner chairs. But I'll stick a picture up there just to give you an idea. And like I say, I'm doing this for someone else that's going through what I'm going through, and just don't have a clue of what to expect, which is where I was. So anything I can share, I'm going to share. So that's my update, and I'll try and be a little more consistent if I can. I don't know. So I'm going to do it, like I said, one day at a time. So I'll give you what I can give you. And hopefully, if I miss something, I can come back and catch up and let you know what happened since the last post. So, anyway, my message my message is that you need to get your mammograms. Please, ladies, get your mammograms. I believe I missed 2024 because I couldn't find which location I did it at. So I don't know if I did or not, but be diligent. Get your mammograms. It's um it's very important. I was I even though I have to go through 24 weeks, I'm lucky that mine is early stage and it's isolated. I did a bone scan and it hasn't spread it anywhere. It's nowhere else. So I thank God for that every day. But, get your mammograms. And, I think they said that you start getting them at age 40. I don't know that I would agree with that. I think even earlier, if you have a family history of cancer in your family, anything like that, may, that may be able to affect you, go and get tested. Please, please, ladies, do your mammograms. Young ladies, stay diligent. So anyway, that's all I have, and hope you guys are having an amazing day, afternoon, night, whatever time it is when you're watching me. And I will see you in my next video.